Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the Porsche 718, the Cayman GT4 at Brands Hatch Grand Prix edition for yet another track guide. But it's not me behind the wheel, it's Gianni Lutzu. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that made me fast. He's a real-life racing driver, he's a full-time driver coach, and the link is in the description for his website, lutzudriverperformance.com, if you want to improve your own skills. Also, we've listened to you. We have now started making setups that you can use. So if you want to check out our Patreon page, you can drive this exact quali and race setup. Anyway, enough of that. Let's start the hot lap. Right, let's go. So looking for the 100 mark on the brakes, up to about 60%, long trail off down to third gear, just trying to get that power on as early as possible. Exit nice and wide. Next braking is going to be as we go under the car lube bridge. Going to go all the way down to second gear, long on the brakes once again. A lot of patience to get fully back on the throttle. Looking for the 50 marker on the right, braking up to about 50%. Cut the corner in third gear. Exit nice and wide. There's no off track out there. Once again, we're looking for the 50 marker on the right hand side, and again long on the brakes. An awful lot of patience once more on the throttle. Right, we're now going to head over to the left hand side as we come into turn 5, and now we're going to be looking at the sweet spot between the 100 and the 50 each time. Down to fourth gear, back on the gas, exit nice and wide once more. Again, midway between the 100 and the 50, on the brakes up to about 60%, back on the gas in third gear, exit nice and wide. As we come up to turn 7, again we're looking for the marker on the right hand side this time. Back over to the right hand side, it's going to be the 50. And once more, third gear corner. This is going to be such close racing around here. Final corner, sweeping it back round to the right hand side. And over and across the line he goes in a 1:29.8. We have the breakdown lap coming up next. Right, breakdown lap. So we're looking at the 100 board just coming up on our left hand side when he first starts getting on the brakes. Brakes briefly up to about 60%, but now it's going to be a long trail off, drops it down to fourth and then down to third, getting back on the gas at the apex. But you'll see that he doesn't get up to 100% until he's actually cleared that and he's going back down the hill. Going to exit nice and wide. And now it's going to be the car lube coming up here. So a nice easy one to remember. As he goes under it, on the brakes up to about 70%, and again a gradual trail off all the way down to second gear. And he doesn't get back up to 100% until he's just opened the steering slightly. Over to the right-hand side, and he's going to be braking just before the 50 board. So as you can see there, on the brakes now, 50 board still in sight. Only brakes up to about 50% and a fairly rapid trail off. Back on the gas at the apex, and as always with these GT4s, can't get up to full power until you've opened that steering somewhat. Now we're looking for the 50 board. It's just as we go through there, as you can see. So I can actually still see it on the triple still in front of the car there, but looking at the screen you can't see it, but we're right alongside it now. On the brakes up to about 55%, trails it off, drops it down to second, and a very, very gradual increase in the power. So he doesn't get the wheel spin. Alright, coming into turn 5. Now this is the section where we are looking for the midpoint between the 100 and the 50 board each time. So as you can see, we are there now. Gets on the brakes up to about 60%. Trails that off. Leaves it in fourth gear. Back on the gas nice and early here. Can take some of the curb. It's going to push you out wide, but out here is fine. Once again, braking marker midway between the 100 and the 50. As you can see. Again, braking briefly up to about 55%, drops it down to third this time, really cutting that corner, so keeping the left-hand tyres on the track, but the right-hand tyres really cutting across the grass. Now you can exit nice and wide here, as long as the right-hand tyres are on the rumble strip, you're absolutely fine through turn 6. So our braking marker now is midway between the 100 and the 50 on the right-hand side this time. And again, getting back on the gas nice and early because we can cut this corner. Now we're over on the left-hand side. We're going to get back over to the right-hand side as we come up to turn 8. And we're going to be braking just at the 50 board. So as you can see, coming up to the 50 board on the brakes, trails that off, down to 3rd gear, picking back up on the gas. Can't get up to 100 though until we've unwound the steering wheel a little bit. And now coming up to turn 9. And once more, it's going to be midway between the 100 and the 50. So it gets on the brakes up to about 60%, down to 3rd gear, and again smoothly back on the gas. And that's the breakdown. I've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.